Welcome back to the channel. We are working on the 21 Smart Shock Max RokBlokz X3. Sorry, it's kind of up close here, but moving on to next accessory. We're kind of just doing stuff for preventive maintenance, damage control, keeping a bunch of dirt and debris off the passengers. So RokBlokz is what we got here, front and rear fenders. We are going to install these bad boys. Directions are really simple. Just follow them to a T. I think they sent me a pack of Smarties. God damn it, that is freaking awesome. I haven't had those for a long time. Well, I'm going to kill those and then continue on with this install, and then shoot you guys some clips as we go. Like and subscribe. Keep us entertained with your comments. We'll definitely get as much footage as we can getting these installed. Like I said, it's pretty simple. A lot of it uses the existing hardware that's already in your front and rear fenders, with the exception of an L bracket that goes up here in the front. Looks pretty simple. Shouldn't take too much time. There is a little bit of bending involved. It's in the instructions. You got to pre-bend some creases that are already in those fenders to help get some of these angles in here, but this is the before, and I'll be posting the after here shortly. Okay, just getting into this box a little bit. Just want to show you guys how thorough RokBlokz is. RokBlokz has, man, they have a link here for support on their Facebook, on their Instagram. It's got a very detailed material list of what you are getting in this package. Very detailed information here. So front fenders, front and back. Here's your rear fender information, and even the packaging of the hardware. I mean, a lot of stuff you get these days, hate to say it, but especially the Chinese stuff comes with no instructions. All right guys, working on these RokBlokz fenders. So in the instructions, it tells you along these lines to bend these creases in there, and front and rear fenders need to be bent in order to match the radius of your stock fenders, of where they sit on the side by side. That being said, they ship these things flat to save on costs. You know, if they sent them pre-bent, your box would be big and bulky, you'd be paying for that shipping. So not much to it. Heat them up a little bit, just warm to the touch. I'm going to do mine with the torch. You can do it with a heat gun, blow dryer, or if you're in a warm state, let them sit out in the sun for a few minutes. So here we go. I farted, man, it smells really bad. Oh my god. Woo! Better be careful and blow myself up. Just getting warm to the touch, that's all it says. So I'm heating it up along that bend line there. That's warm to the touch. I'm just going to bend it all the way over. Nice little crease in it. Anyway, so 2 front ones, 2 rear ones, and we'll keep rolling. A little bit of information for you guys, just so you know what's top. RokBlokz have these labeled with their logo. That's going to be at the top of the fender. You should be able to figure out what's left front, right front, just based on that logo itself right there. So they're marked rear, and I said logos on top. Continue heating these and bending. All right, guys, I want to clarify something here in the instructions here. It does say that rear fenders, fronts might be the same, but when it says add a washer to these, actually, let me just go over the instruction with you so it makes sense here. So, right here, mount the flange using 2 OEM pieces mentioned above with included fender washer. And it says use included bolts with the washers. Use included bolts with washers on both sides and lock nuts for the rest of the mounting hardware. What they mean by that, just to clarify a few things here. First washer, it's going to go up through a hole, and you got existing holes in your original fenders there. The bottom side, washer on top, then your nylock nut. And the instructions, you're reusing by the tail light an existing hardware, which is a screw like this screwed into plastic. It's a smaller diameter screw. They send you these just in case you strip out the plastic, and they send you, it's a bigger diameter. Just screw those right up in there if you need to. If you're very careful, I started that rear OEM one, and I'm going to put the rest of the hardware in, snug down the rest of the hardware, and then go back to the OEM one. But it's pretty nice that they send these and they're thinking about you. Just in case you strip out your plastic, you've got some extra screws there. It's also got an extra mounting location back there as well if you just wanted to use them. Say you didn't strip the OEM ones, you can still add these for just added strength. Don't think you'll need them, but just some clarification on the install. It tells you is on this bolt here behind the headlight, there's an existing nylock nut that is on there, and this is meant to sit over the existing rest of the bolt on the back side with the factory nut on this side, and then you add an additional nut here. I don't know if it's different with the 2020, 2021s versus in the older models, but a problem I'm running into is that there's not enough thread there by the time I slide this over to get a nylock nut. Hey, got my little helper. Say what's up, buddy.
Hi.
That's Can-am, aka Factory. You'll get to know him a little more as we put more of our life on social media. I want to show you what we did here. So on the left side, it's all factory. So I'm going to show you exactly what's going on here. Hey, Factory, you want to grab that light over there? So I want to show you what I meant by the factory nut not having enough threads in order to install this J bracket. Then I'll take you back over to the passenger side where I'd already swapped the original nut, OEM nut, for the one that came in the hardware. All right, so I got a light in here. Hang this booger. All right, Factory, I need your third hand right here, bud. Can you hold that light there?
Up there?
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so that's what they want us to work with there. So the instructions say to leave that there. You slide the J bracket over it, and then you put on the nut, the hardware. But you can see there's barely half a thread there. Okay, we're talking about where that J bracket goes and that bolt right there. Got another solution for you that actually changed mine up a little bit. So when you're taking out your OEM bolts here, 2 or 4 of these that you pull out are longer than that bolt. So I'm using an OEM, a little bit longer one. Here's a perfect example. This is a 1/4 inch longer than the one that sits there. So I just replaced it with this one and ran my OEM nylock nut on here like it's supposed to be from the factory, and then put my J bracket on just like the directions show, and then you have plenty of room to run your aftermarket lock washer on there as well. So just another option for you. Sure, there's a million ways to do it, but that's a good alternative to taking it all apart. And anyway, some alternative options for you. I like the idea of having the factory nylock nut on the back side of your plastic because it's got a bigger shoulder up against there. So just wanted to update you on that. And there you go. Hope you enjoy the install on the last front one, and then we'll do a quick walk around. Ooh, those are fresh. Ooh, sheesh. Okay, you're gonna remove the factory hardware. It's 2, 4, 6 of these factory screws. This is a T30 Torx. I'll tell you 6 because that's what you got here. 2, 4, 6. Instructions clearly state you've got 2 sets of bolt lengths here that come with this kit. For the front fenders, you got on each side you'll have 2 longer bolts and 4 shorter ones. The 2 longer ones go in the 2 lowest holes, and then the shorter bolts go in the other 4. Obviously this is for that J bracket, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Let me get these screws off. What? Not bad. Yeah. Division. Yeah, and that. That's gonna be it. Yeah. Really simple stuff like pretty about 8. Yeah. Yesterday, or the other day when I was out here working. Mm-hmm. I don't know, we ate like hot pot or something the day before. Yeah. Yeah, freaking rip one dude, it smelled so bad. I died. I think I said it on the camera too, so it's pretty. You guys will see that. I won't edit that out. I'll show it to you.
No, what? No.
I thought it was funny.
No one wants to hear that.
No, it was a silent but deadly one, dude. Man, I was
that is nasty.
I was out here gagging.
You're just gonna make fun of my tool bag. Don't hate on my tool bag, guys. That's our travel bag when we're out and about. All right, this one has a nut behind it, so the other ones have clips that they thread into. All right. So we'll obviously be putting a nut on the back side of this one. Okay, next thing you're going to see is this fender installed, and then I'll run through any issues we run into and I'll get that to you. Hey, we're back. So, the really cool thing about this whole setup, we've got fender extensions. RokBlokz really thinks of everything. This is a really good fender flare for protection, and here's a little bit of information if you haven't looked them up before. So they make 2 versions of these. One version is the one that we have now where we don't have an OEM fender flare. If your car is equipped or if you've already bought an OEM fender flare, they make a different cut that actually is an addition that bolts onto those that gets them out even further for further mud protection. Or whatever, rocks, dust, debris. So the fender extensions are kind of like the OEM fender, and like the rear fenders, labels on the outside, you can reference the picture if you need to. These literally go on right here. They add another 4 inches of fender flare. It's almost like having a front mud flap, and they're still a foot off the ground or so. It says in the instructions that if you rock crawl, or some people tend, so you have the option of taking these off or putting them on if you're a rock crawler or whatnot. But it also says that these are very, very durable. I mean, you can bend them, fold them in half, crease them, they won't break. You can just leave them on. I'm adding them on just to help protect mostly the passengers. Seems like the passengers in the 4 doors tend to get roosted pretty good, even over the top of the doors. So I think this will help, and also help protect some of your investment, your doors and whatnot. We're going to eventually have graphics put on the car. These will help protect those as well. So I'm gonna put these on and you'll see them. This is the front fender installed, rear fender installed. If factory walk around the front there, you can kind of get a front view. They look stinking cool. There's some other brands that stick way out there. Don't forget, guys, you can also, if these are too flat for you, like the way they come out, the angle, you can take a heat gun to them and literally shape them and mold them to however you desire. I'm going to put a little bit of heat up underneath here to get it sitting a little more flush to the factory curves of the front fender. Other than that, that's pretty much how they go. You do have clips on these first 4 bolts. There's clips back there. So you can just add literally washer to your bolt. Come closer. And that's all. These go right through your actual fender flares into the clips. Actually, these first 5. This one here in the corner, it's right after the crease. It has a nut on the back, and the one where your J bracket is also has a nut. So any of the ones that have nuts similar to the rear fenders, you're gonna have a washer on the bottom side and a washer on the top side, and then your nylock nut. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I took all of 5-6 minutes talking and having fun in here. So give me 1 second here. I'm gonna put this lower on and see what those look like. Okay guys, all said and done, that's that lower piece. It comes with these pretty cool little washers that have the RokBlokz logo on them. So you get one of those. It's got a tapered screw just for these 2. That's the 2 outer ones. Inner ones are just those 2 longer bolts. On the back side, it just uses a fender washer that comes in the hardware kit. Nylock nut, and they're all done. But so side view here. That's side view. That's factory. Looking bored. Anyway, I think they look good. It's not overkill. I'm not a mud guy, so I wanted something that looks good and offers some protection. What I'm probably going to do is, like I was telling you, is probably right up the middle there. I'm going to add some heat and bend it towards the front there. Right now they're kind of angled back. I'll get a top view here. I mean, which is, I guess it's not too bad. We'll play with it, see how it does when we go on a ride. But there it is. Repeat on the driver's side, and man, great investment. I'm going to leave a link in the description to RokBlokz in the comments. Yeah, comment any questions. I mean, if you guys got any questions, I'd definitely love to answer them as best as I can. I'm no professional by any means, but just having fun, dumping more money into this machine. Yeehaw. Rears are simple. That's that screw I was telling you about on the rear, and they give you there's that extra hole there. They give you an extra screw there that's a bigger diameter than that one there. That one that threads into plastic. If you strip that one, you can use the one that comes in the kit. If you don't strip that one, you can actually add that extra screw right here for added support. Doesn't need it. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoy. We will be out riding, making riding videos. Like and subscribe. Help us out. Let us know that you like the content we're putting out. This is all new to us, but we're having fun. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you at one of our local tracks here in the Northwest. Have fun, be safe.